Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to the online classes. Oops, can you see me? Ah, I think now you can see me. So already you have understand what is the importance of light in our daily life. Since you know, in our daily life, without having light, we cannot see any objects around us. So light is very essential for us. In the previous class, in class 6, I think you have understand about the shadows. The shadows is like that when a light is fall from any source. Okay, so this shadow behind me, that is actually it is a dark side when we are become an obstacle in the path of light. Actually it is a source of light, and when the source of light fall on us, we as a obstacle being in the path of light. So behind us it is a dark side what is made behind. So this is known as the shadow of light. Okay. So now we will talk about the class 7th light, which is little bit advanced stage of the light. So here we will conclude actually what is a light beam. Light is a form of energy which causes sensation of vision. Okay. See, vision means that we can see anything around us. Light travels with a very high speed, which is 3 multiplied by 10 power 8 meter per second. That's why it doesn't need any medium to travel. Means it can also travel in vacuum just like space. So the sunlight can easily reach on the earth's surface without having any medium between it. Now we will talk about some basic terminology about the light rays. That means rays, beam, and the types of beam. Let's see.
Okay, so let's start with ray of light. Since we already know that we need a source of energy which will exhibit the light, so this bulb will be our source of light. Here if we take a single very narrow line which is described as a straight line. Straight line means obviously it will be plane and it will come from this source. Okay na? And this is known as the direction of propagation when we give it a arrow. Okay, arrow is like that. So this arrow gives it a direction. So this line will be known as ray of light. Yes, now this from the source it will comes and we show it is the direction of propagation. Okay, so this will be our ray of light. Now what will happen if we take two or more than two rays like that? You take more than that. Okay, so now if we make the direction, okay, like that, still we need a source. Okay na, there will be a source. From source it will exhibit, but now we don't have any a single line. Remember that, students. Now we have bundle of rays. So this bundle of rays will be known as beam of light. So the beam of light also we can consider as a bundle of light rays, okay, which will making a group. So the rays of light will be only a line of sight coming from the direction of propagation or any source. But now when we take two or more than two rays together, it will form the beam of light. Done? Now moving towards it. When we take the beam of light, it can be categorized into three parts: parallel beam of light, divergent beam of light, and convergent beam of light. Because the direction of propagation can be changed. So according to that, we can categorize into three parts. First is parallel, second is divergent, and third is convergent. Let's see one by one. First, parallel beam of light. A parallel beam of light means when from a source, this will be a source, and from here if the light rays are coming like that, so the gapping or spacing between them will be equal. That means like that. Okay, yes, the spacing between them remains equal from the source, okay, up to the source or any destination it will go. So these kind of rays will known as parallel beam of light. Got that? Na? Again repeated, means we take here different kind of rays. Okay, na? This is a ray 1. Sorry, it's mistake. This is the ray 1. This is the ray 2, and this is the ray 3. But all three rays, or you can say the beam of light, having a equal spacing between them. So now these consider as a parallel beam of light. Now look upon some examples. Here we example of spotlight. You can see here the spots light are coming from the direction of propagation. This is a spotlight, and from here light will exhibit. But you see the light rays are actually fall on a specific position. So the spacing between them become equal. So these will be known as the parallel beam of light. Again, if you go through the window, that also you can see in your daily life. Okay, now in obviously daytime, you can see through your balcony or your window. You must have seen that the light ray coming from the window look like that. Okay, so the sunlights are looking parallel to each other, so they will fall on a specific position or place. So these kinds of examples are considered under the parallel beam of light. I hope you have understood. Moving toward the next one, divergent beam of light. Divergent, the name is very clear. That means the light rays are now about to divert. Okay, so again we need a source. We need a source, and from a point source like that. Okay, if the light rays start going in different direction, okay, like that. Now we have seen that from a point wise source the light will exhibit, and different rays of light, or we can say the bundle of rays as beam of light. Okay, so now beam of lights are going in different directions. So it is a starting point is a fixed point or any source. Okay, but the direction of propagation are different. So these kind of, you can say the beam of light is known as divergent beam of light. Simply here we conclude also the spacing between them remain increases from the source or to the destination. You got that now? Here you can see that the spacing between them regularly increasing. So this kind of beam is known as divergent beam of light. Now we will explore some example. Yes, this candle flame you can see here, and this filament, there is a bulb inside, this is a filament. You can see here that the candle flame is actually glowing, but the light rays are actually going in different directions, so the whole room will glow up. Here's the same. Even this kind of bulb you may have seen in your daily life also. So this kind of bulb we have, so when we lit up, what will happen? The light rays start diverging because they are going in different direction. Yes, right. So this is a divergent beam. Got that? Okay, now moving towards convergent beam of light. When we talk about convergent beam of light, again we need a source. Okay, again we need a source. We write is a source. Source can be anything, just like a light bulb or any kind of thing. But now here we see the difference, that the rays or the beam of light will coming from different direction, like that. Okay, they are actually incoming. So they are incoming, but they will meet on a fixed point. Yes, actually they are coming from different direction, so the spacing between them remain decreases. Last time you have seen the divergent beam of light where the spacing remain increases, but now this time in convergent beam of light the reverse process we used. That means the rays of light are coming from different directions and they will meet on a fixed point, so the spacing between them remain decreases. So this kind of beam is known as convergent beam of light. Got that? So now we will explore here some other examples of convergent beam. Here you can see a magnifying glass. I think it is used by the astrologers and those kind of particular persons who will read the minute letters of particles. So these is a magnifying lens. When the sunlight is go through it, it will converge on a fixed point. They will meet on a fixed point. So this is example of convergent beam of light. Also, when we use a DSLR camera, you know, we using some lenses, different kind of focal length we use. So here it is a schematic diagram for the same. We have seen there the light ray incident parallelly from the atmosphere surrounding, and after incident they will meet on the fixed point which is called a mirror. Okay na? So on this it will incident, so after go through the lens it will actually meet on a fixed point. So this kind of property of light is known as convergent beam of light. So I hope that all of you understood about the different kinds of beam of light, that is called parallel beam of light, second divergent beam of light, and convergent beam of light. So I give you some work that draw at least two examples of each parallel beam of light, divergent beam of light, and convergent beam of light. Okay,